Welcome to our first AWS Hybrid Cloud Day, covering the exciting AWS Hybrid Cloud and Edge technologies behind some of our own Amazon initiatives, like Lord of the Rings, Ring of Power, produced by Amazon Studios, and the use of robotics automation in Amazon's fulfillment centers, as well as customer innovations from John Deere, Yara, LegalZoom, Bull.com, and Huddle. Hi, my name is Jan Hofmeyr, and I am the Vice President at AWS, focusing on hybrid cloud and edge services. Thank you for joining us. Prior to joining Amazon, I had the opportunity of being part of several technology transformations that involved modernizing applications, services, and networks to enable new business opportunities and increase the value for customers. It started initially with the migration of IT and network services running on dedicated hardware and appliances to virtualized workloads that can run on commodity on-prem infrastructure. This allowed IT infrastructure teams to begin the process of consolidating workloads on common infrastructure. However, operational complexity and scaling challenges meant that teams spent a lot of time running self-managed and non-differentiating virtualization, storage, and data services. Bringing cloud to on-premise and edge locations allow organizations to build cloud-native applications and services with the same operational simplicity, easy access to data, and ability to scale. Bringing the cloud to the edge gives you easy access to a broad range of technologies and fully managed services so that you can innovate faster and build nearly anything you can imagine. With cloud computing, you don't have to pre-build your infrastructure for peak usage. Now, you can easily scale capacity when needed. Cloud also gives you a pay-as-you-go pricing model that brings cloud economics to on-premise infrastructure and services that allows you to scale capacity as you grow. With the cloud, you can expand to new geographic regions and deploy and scale globally in minutes. And all of this offered by AWS as fully managed infrastructure and services. At Amazon, everything we do starts with working backward from our customers' needs. So we speak to a lot of customers, and here are some of the common learnings. They want to extend all the benefits of AWS infrastructure and services to wherever they need it, with the flexibility to run applications in the cloud, on-premise, or at the edge. They want to do this because some applications can't easily be moved due to the requirements for ultra-low latency, data residency, or local data processing. There are also applications that are designed to be deployed and operated at the edge, including in environments with limited or even no connectivity to the cloud. As they modernize these on-prem applications, they want to access the same cloud services and APIs to extract more business value and insights similar to what they experience in the cloud. And we consistently hear that edge solutions today are operationally complex to support, costly to maintain, and difficult to scale. Customers are looking for solutions that provides the same experience across the cloud, on-premise, and the edge. Regardless of where these applications reside, customers want to use the same infrastructure, services, APIs, and tools. Customers want a continuum of consistent cloud services that extends from the regions to customer premises to remote locations that allows them to operate seamlessly across a multitude of environments. Bottom line, we don't want teams to be distracted by learning new tools or dealing with new operations. We want builders to be free to focus on building. AWS is doing just that. We are bringing all the benefits of the cloud, infrastructure, and services to wherever you need it. And here is how we are doing it. We have been hard at work extending the AWS cloud with new services and infrastructure options to bring applications closer to users and where data is generated. It starts with our global region infrastructure, but we've gone further to major metropolitan and industrial centers and even locations within 5G networks. Moving to on-prem, we offer solutions from data centers to remote and many times rugged locations, sometimes with limited or no connectivity to the cloud. And finally, to end devices running at the edge in cities, factories, automotive, or wherever IoT devices are used today. It all starts with our AWS global infrastructure. Today, AWS has the largest global infrastructure footprint with 27 regions, including our latest region in the United Arab Emirates. Our regions are physical locations around the world where clusters of data centers that makes up 87 availability zones. At AWS, every region consists of multiple availability zones, typically 3 or more, each of which is a fully isolated, discrete data center with fully redundant network connectivity. And this footprint is constantly increasing at a significant rate. We have announced plans for 18 more availability zones as part of 6 new AWS regions in Australia, India, Indonesia, Spain, and Switzerland. Our global infrastructure also includes over 410 points of presence in 90 cities and across 47 different countries. This has enabled customers to deliver a variety of workloads, including low latency live streaming and on-demand videos, dynamic content and API acceleration, and fast websites and application delivery. If you look at the last 14 years so far, this global infrastructure has enabled Amazon Web Services to be the world's most comprehensive and broadly adopted cloud platform. And we are not stopping there. AWS Local Zones place compute storage, network, and other select AWS services closer to large populations and industry centers. AWS has launched 17 local zones to run latency-sensitive applications closer to end users in the US, and we have announced 33 new international local zones around the world that we are making available in 2022 and 2023. I'm excited to announce that 2 of these new international local zones are generally available today for customers in Delhi, India, and Taipei, Taiwan. Customers are now able to run low latency applications in these new locations and support hybrid cloud migrations and the ability to meet stringent data residency requirements in compliance with local regulations. Our local zone supports a wide range of fully managed services, starting with our most popular EC2 instances, including compute, memory, and storage optimized instances, as well as accelerated computing instances. We also support EBS for block storage and both Amazon ECS and EKS managed container services. For networking, AWS Direct Connect provides the shortest path to your AWS resources. While in transit, your network traffic remains on the AWS global network and never touches the public internet. With Amazon Virtual Private Cloud, you can launch AWS resources into a virtual network that you have defined, which closely resembles a traditional network that you would operate in your own data centers. Please visit our AWS Local Zones webpage for a full list of supported services by location. Extending beyond local zones, we have partnered with major telcos around the world to offer AWS managed infrastructure within 5G networks to eliminate any extra network latency. Now developers have access to the same AWS services, APIs, and tools to build, deploy, and manage ultra-low latency sensitive applications at the edge of a 5G network, no different to how they would have deployed and run applications in AWS regions. But we're not just stopping at metro centers and 5G networks. We are bringing AWS infrastructure and services on-premise. AWS provides many ways for customers to deploy on-premise cloud infrastructure. The first is AWS Outposts, a family of fully managed solutions, delivering AWS infrastructure and services to virtually any on-premise or edge location for a truly consistent hybrid cloud experience. Outpost solutions allow customers to run native AWS services on-premise and are available in a variety of form factors, from 42 Outpost racks to a standalone 1U and 2U Outpost servers. With AWS Outpost, you can run application and workloads on-premise using the exact same EC2 instances, tools, APIs, including some of the same AWS services that customers are accustomed to using in regions and local zones. Outpost supports workloads requiring low latency access to on-premise systems, local data processing, data residency, and application modernization with strict local system interdependencies. I'm excited to share that since the beginning of this year, we have expanded Outposts availability with GA launches in Panama, Kenya, Oman, Kazakhstan, and Serbia. Outpost is now supported in 70 countries and territories, many of which do not have an AWS region or local zone today. And we are continuing to add more countries and territories over time based on customer demand and would love to hear from you. Customers run a variety of Amazon services on Outpost, such as EBS for block storage, S3 for object storage, EKS and ECS for container workloads, and RDS and Elastic Cache for highly available and highly performant databases, just to name a few. And we're continuing to innovate. In 2022, we have launched over 15 key features that allow us to better support customers' mission-critical and business-critical applications on Outpost. And today I'm excited to announce that we are continuing to innovate by offering local cluster for Amazon EKS on Outpost, a fully managed Kubernetes solutions from AWS. Local clusters enable customers to now run the entire Amazon EKS cluster locally on Outpost, so customers can mitigate the risk of application downtime that can result from temporary network disconnects to the cloud, such as those caused by fiber cuts or weather events. Because the entire cluster runs locally on Outpost, applications remain available and customers can perform cluster operations during network disconnects to the cloud. And we have customers like Nasdaq that are excited to now have access to local clusters for EKS on Outpost, available as an option that will allow them to maintain the strict service availability requirements without the risk of being impacted by network disconnects to the cloud. But we haven't stopped there. We recently announced the general availability of the new AWS Private 5G service. AWS Private 5G is a new managed service that lets customers easily deploy, manage, and scale a private cellular network in locations such as factories, warehouses, and campuses, just to name a few. With all required hardware and software provided by AWS, customers can get their networks up and running in days with automated setup and the ability to easily scale capacity as needed with the same cloud economic model that allows you to pay only for the capacity you need. AWS Private 5G can connect devices and machines with the reliability and low latency of a private mobile network using the same familiar AWS console and APIs to manage, secure, control, and monitor the network and devices. But for many of our customers, having on-premise infrastructure isn't enough to reach all of the edge locations where they need to process data. There are many edge locations with limited or even no connectivity to the cloud, such as construction sites, oil platforms, or even mobile environments such as ships, autonomous vehicles, airplanes, and rapidly deployed military forces. And we've taken this infrastructure to even the most extreme environment. Yes, we've taken it even to space. AWS Snow Family enables customers to deploy AWS-based solutions to capture, transform, and move data from these rugged and mobile edge locations to the cloud. AWS Snowcone is a compact offering ideal for non-traditional and portable use cases. And with AWS Snowball, you have access to large compute-optimized and storage-optimized capabilities that once again is designed to operate in the most extreme conditions. You can also cluster a group of AWS Snowball devices to get highly available storage capacity anywhere in the globe. What's exciting to call out here is how the AWS Snow family is another extension of the AWS infrastructure and services, where you can run a select set of AWS services at the rugged edge and in disconnected locations, such as AWS IoT, storage, machine learning, compute, and containers on Snow devices at the edge. So now you have the option for fully managed on-prem infrastructure with AWS Outpost in locations with good network connectivity, or self-managed infrastructure with AWS Snow family in rugged edge locations with either intermittent or no connectivity to the cloud. And coming soon, EKS Anywhere on Snow continues to show how we are expanding our support for services to support a wide range of use cases. With EKS Anywhere on Snow family devices, customers will be able to deploy their containerized applications to the rugged, disconnected edge with a consistent Kubernetes operations experience in a fault-tolerant and highly available manner. Our customers told us they need to bring the same cloud applications to the rugged edge with limited connectivity. In response, AWS will launch EKS Anywhere on Snow to deliver a consistent Kubernetes experience. Now let's talk more about IoT. AWS provides the same tools and services for IoT that are available for other workloads. So customers can choose to run IoT applications in the cloud, on-premise, or at the edge with the Snow family. Furthermore, they can also run these applications on third-party devices, whether it's a consumer device like a camera and a television, or industrial and enterprise environments like smart factories and buildings, or even remote and mobile environments like cars. To support the wide range of IoT use cases, AWS lets customers choose a solution based on their technical capabilities, customization requirements, and speed to market. Some build IoT solutions themselves using IoT building blocks we provide, such as FreeRTOS, an open-source real-time operating system with microcontrollers that can make small, low-power edge devices easy to program, deploy, secure, connect, or manage. Others use our purpose-built services, which are designed to speed the time to market for specific industry use cases, such as robot orchestration and industrial monitoring. And finally, customers can also leverage full solutions from AWS and its partners via consultation services through AWS ProServe or prepackaged solutions from partners available on AWS Marketplace. And just last week, we announced the general availability of AWS IoT Fleetwise, which is a purpose-built AWS service that easily collects, transforms, and transfers vehicle data to the cloud in near real time. This will give automotive customers the ability to build applications with analytics and machine learning that improve vehicle quality, safety, and autonomy. Now, taking a look back across the cloud continuum, 5G is a great example of how customers are using AWS to build 5G networks and support 5G applications. This year, Dish launched the world's first cloud-native 5G network using our region infrastructure and local zones to build their network from the ground up with the ability to scale capacity as needed. This is just one example of a public network, and we have many other telco customers deploying parts of their 5G network on AWS as they modernize their network functions into cloud-native services. In addition to public 5G networks, we are also working with telcos and wireless network service providers to leverage AWS Outpost and Snow family to deliver hosted private 5G networks and mobile edge computing solutions, all running on AWS. This unlocks the value for customers to use the breadth of services, including IoT, to bring to market innovative new use cases like smart manufacturing, autonomous robots, immersive AR/VR experiences, and many more, making AWS the best place to run 5G networks. So in addition to having the largest global infrastructure footprint, AWS offers the most comprehensive hybrid edge solution across every vertical. From manufacturing to automotive to regulated industries, customers can leverage Outposts, Snow, and AWS IoT to solve some of the most complex use cases. Customers like Vara, VW, and Carrier can improve the performance and productivity of industrial processes, manage energy more efficiently, and improve robotics orchestration on factory floors. Customers like Nasdaq and First Abu Dhabi Bank can deliver banking, payment processing, and financial trading services with strict data residency and extreme performance requirements. And for the rugged edge and mobile edge, customers like United States Navy can develop innovative new solutions for the most extreme and challenging environments, including support for rapidly deployed military forces. To summarize, AWS has created a truly consistent cloud experience across the entire cloud continuum, from global regions to rugged edge, that allows our customers to accelerate innovation with access to the broadest and deepest set of cloud capabilities supported by AWS and our partners. And I want to thank all of our customers across the hybrid cloud and edge computing for your trust in partnering with us as you develop innovative and inspiring products for your customers. There's much more to discuss at Hybrid Cloud Day, so please stay tuned as we deep dive into sessions on specific use cases and verticals, starting with customers like Bill.com, LegalZoom, and Clowder, who will tell us more about their migration strategies at 11 a.m. Pacific Time. Then FanDuel, First Abu Dhabi Bank, and Capgemini will cover data residency at noon. At 1 p.m., I'm really looking forward to seeing AWS evangelist Jeff Barr do a hands-on demonstration showcase, followed by customers like Amazon Studios, Amazon Prime, and Harman International discussing how they are using AWS to achieve low latency at 2 p.m. And finally, we will have Timon UK and Ireland, Yara International, John Deere, JMA Wireless, and Cloudtrail to discuss local data processing at 3:15 p.m. But first, we have an analyst roundtable with myself, Melanie Posey from 451 Research, and Tracy Wu from Forrester Research. Now, let's get started.